Well, hello there everybody, it's Zombo Skater here, back after 9 years of no YouTube videos. I think I might have had one sometime in between that time, but I used to post a lot of cheesy songwriting and music videos, which may come back to the channel, mind you, but we are going to finally, after all these years, start doing some video games. So I finally got a nice computer all built up, so we are ready to go. I've got a huge Steam library, a Windows 10 library, Battle.net, Battlestate. We got a whole bunch of games, and that's what we're going to start bringing to the channel. So I am Zombo Skater. I primarily play indie games or open world survival crafting games like, you know, your Minecraft, Conan Exiles, Ark Survival Evolved, things like that, Rust. But I also play like Forza Horizon 4, BeamNG, you know, a bunch of racing games. And I just like to have a lot of dang fun. So we are going to start off with Undermine. I have yet to have a game excite me so much like this in a long time. I mean, there was Halo back in 2001. That's what really got me started with the Xbox kind of stuff. And then when Minecraft came out back in 2010, that really got me going. I mean, I pretty much back when I used to stream on Mixer, that's what I was known for, was Minecraft and also Forza Horizon 4. But I'm so excited. This game has driven me out of my slump of not doing videos. I mean, I haven't streamed in over a year. Ever since Mixer went down abruptly, I don't know, the desire to stream kind of went away. I mean, I worked so hard on Mixer that just trying to start all over again on Twitch was just like, ugh. But we are going to start doing that again. So there will be stream days coming up here in the near future. But for today, we're going to go through Undermine, and this is going to start a brand new series. There's going to be a lot of videos coming out. First video is going to be a little bit more than 30 minutes long. We're going to cover all the basics, all the tutorial stuff, what the game's about, and so on and so forth. So Undermine is a rogue-lite kind of game. So your progression as you upgrade armor and tools and weapons and stuff will progress with you as you go throughout the game every time you run the dungeon. And this is basically a dungeon crawling kind of RPG-ish kind of game. So we're going to get into it, and we will describe stuff as we do. So we're actually going to delete, and we're gonna delete this one as well. So this game is my main game that I've been playing. We may show this in a later video just to kind of show what later on progression is, but I've currently got 30 hours in that game and only beaten 2 of the bosses. But we are going to start a brand new game, and that's going to be our character right there. All right, so this is the main hub. You will always, whenever you die, you will come back to the main hub, and you're gonna die a lot. This game is just, don't get frustrated when you die because you'll be able to come back in. So just looking at our UI right now, we've got our character. Her name's Rudy. She will change. When I die, it'll be a whole brand new character. Hey, stop yelling at me from the corner. I'm explaining stuff. So we've got our health up here on the top left. We've got potions are going to show up here. You will get upgrades to carry more than one potion. Potions are going to be used by holding the Q button. So be aware that you can't move while you're holding the Q button. At least I've never done it. I've never tried. I really haven't had a reason to. But Q will use your potion, and once you get more, Z and X are going to swap between your 2 potions. And then you're going to get some curses throughout the game. They will show up here right next to your potions. Curses are bad things. They make life miserable. Down at the bottom left are going to be relics and blessings. These are things you're going to find either at altars or just randomly throughout the dungeons. And they're always going to be very beneficial to your ability to fight, defend, heal, all that sort of thing. Up at the top right, you've got your familiar. Your familiar, there's multiple different ones that you can choose from, but you have to purchase them in game, like, you know, with thorium, which we'll talk about in a second. And they're going to do different things for you. So this case, we start off with our little yellow friend here by my shoulder, and this canary is going to pick up gold for me. Gold is very important in this game. You can't do any upgrades whatsoever without having gold. You can't purchase things in shops without having gold. So having a little helper that's going to go around and pick up gold for you is going to be beneficial. Your familiar starts off at level 0 every run and goes up to a max of 3 levels. So as you can see here, first level is going to pick up gold for the peasant. Second level is going to pick up gold can be picked up by the canary and the peasant in increased value, so it's going to make the gold worth more. And then the third level, it's fast, and it can steal gold from the Pilfers, and we'll talk about Pilfers as we see them in the tutorial. So basically getting this thing up to level 3, and you level them up by finding gold and picking up gold and going from level to level. It gets a little bit of an XP increase as you get to the next level. It's going to be nice, because the faster we can get him up to level 3, the faster he's going to pick gold up for us. Then you've got your bombs. Your bombs are used by pushing R. And then you've got gold, your keys, and then thorium. So thorium you're not going to find very often, but thorium is going to be used to craft schematics that you're going to find throughout the game, and we'll explain those as we find them. So then this main hub here, this is going to be the entrance to the dungeon. You can either use your cursor to click on interactable things, or you can use the E key to interact with things. And then all these tables are going to house NPCs that we'll find throughout the game, and they're basically going to be little shops that will, give us items or upgrades or whatnot to help us out throughout the game. Up at the top here, you've got the end game stuff. So this is when we beat bosses, there's going to be stuff that's going to go here, and then it'll open up the next dimension. To the right here, behind this locked door, is going to be the laboratory. We can knock on it real fast. The laboratory is going to be where we deal with potion stuff. Down here is going to be where the blacksmith will be, and then this is going to be where our main upgrades for our weapons and armor is going to be. And then he'll be there to craft schematics as well. All right, let's go ahead and go on into where this dude is yelling at us. Peasant, I have an important task for you. Oh, shit's shaking around everywhere. As you have noticed, this mine is plagued with terrible earthquakes. I just noticed. I needed to delve into the mine and find the source of the tremors. Okay. And there is another thing. There's always another thing. Our blacksmith has gone missing, and without him, the forge lies dormant. If we are to delve deep into the Undermine, we will need someone to forge new equipment. That would be very handy. Find the blacksmith and the source of the tremors. I will try my best. Now off with you, peasant. Take this key and unlock the entry to the mine. Do not fail me. I will try not to, but I'm gonna die, dude. I'm sorry, gonna die. But thanks for the key. All right, first things first. Let's pick up this book that's in the corner. Pick up. Artifact discovered, a journal. Press tab to open the journal. Alrighty, so if we push tab, hey, oh no, he's talking to us some more. Keep that journal with you. Refer to it if you ever seek an answer to a question. Okay. Alright, so tab opens up our menu. So here we're just going to have basic information about our health, which health is associated with your tunic. So as we upgrade our tunic, we're going to get up to a max of 500 health. So it's basically 20 health points per upgrade, 15 upgrades. Swing damage is going to be associated with our pickaxe down here. I believe there's also 15 upgrades for that. Throw damage will be you throw your pickaxe like a boomerang, and that'll be associated with the gloves, and I believe there's 15 upgrades for that as well. Bomb damage, obviously associated with the bomb. I think there's 15 upgrades for that. And then gold integrity. Oh, also along with throw damage, you've got this counterweight. There's 4 upgrades for the counterweight, and that's just how far you can throw. Gold integrity. You can see right here we see is 50%. So that means if I die, I'm only going to keep 50% of my gold. So upgrading our bag down here, our gold sack, is going to give us 9 upgrades, and it goes 5% each time, so we can get up to a max of 95% gold integrity with this upgrade, which means that if I die, I'm only going to lose 5% of my gold. So it's very, very important to try and get this up as quickly as possible. And then all these other upgrades down here are going to be with the NPCs that we'll find later on, and these will all do different things like, the food will heal us more, or we can carry more potions, or we can grab gold from farther away, etc., etc. And we'll talk about these as we discover them. And then on the right side here just shows us stats about our current run. So how long we've been playing, how much gold we currently have versus how much we're going to keep if we die. So you don't have to break out your calculator and try and calculate this yourself. It'll just tell you right there how much thorium we've collected, and then what our familiar's current level is at, and then any relics, potions, blessings, and curses we find. And we'll talk about this during the tutorial and as we come across them. And then you've got your Bestiary. So this is just going to pop up any mob you've ever seen. You'll be able to see stats for the mob and like kind of some tips and tricks about what he's weak against, what he's strong against, so best how to deal with the mobs. And then under items, you've got relics, potions, blessings, curses, and the artifacts. So artifacts, like I said, are going to be quest-based storyline items. You're naturally going to find these as you progress through the different levels of the dungeon, and they'll obviously help you progress to the next levels of the dungeon. Familiars, like I said before, you've got multiple ones you'll be able to get later, and they all do various different things. Like I believe this guy drops potions, this bird shoots fireballs, but we can look at the info on what they do. So they're all going to do different things. You can only have one in the dungeon with you at a time, so it's kind of a pick which familiar you want to help with you. So obviously at the beginning, having something that's going to pick up gold for me, going to be way more beneficial than anything else. And then you've got your stats. So this is just, your total stats right here. And then this is like the best you've ever done on a run. All right, so that aside, let's go ahead and go out into the dungeon and start with the tutorial. So we're probably going to get to like gold mine level 2, beat it, and then call it a day. The tutorial is just the first level, and then after that it's just regular dungeon. So E to go down. Rah! All right, first level of the dungeon. So first thing to describe here is you've got various items that'll spawn in dungeons. And so crates and barrels, you can break them with your pickaxe or with your throwing pickaxe. Signs are also breakable. The reason I want to break these things, not necessarily signs, but barrels and crates, is because they'll drop food, bombs, keys, things that are going to help me out later on. Rocks. Rocks are blow upable by bombs. Once per level of the dungeon, so gold mine 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it fights a boss, and then dungeon 1, 2, 3, 4 fight a boss, halls 1, 2, 3, 4 fight a boss, so on and so forth. Every single level that you're on is going to have a chance to find one rock that underneath it is a staircase that leads to a secret room. So obviously if you have a lot of bombs, you can go bomb all the rocks. There's always something good in the secret room. So, you know, look out for those. There will be relics and curses and blessings and things like that that'll help you find secret rooms and secret tunnels more often. Secret rooms are gonna, if the environment blows up or if you use a bomb, it'll show sparklies on the wall, and then you can go over and blow up the wall, and then it'll lead you into a secret room. There's always gonna be 2 secret rooms per level as well, that'll have, you know, nice goodies inside them. So be on the lookout for that as well. All right. Press space to jump. Break barrels. You can also break lights, which is kind of interesting. And then there's some grass that grows tall enough that you can break it as well. Jumping dodges enemy attacks. So there we go. So this is a little bit different than other Rogue-Lite games where there's actually a vertical element. So I can jump over, say, rocks. I just fell down in there. So you can jump over rocks. You can jump over the enemies. You can jump over the enemy's attacks. And that very much greatly makes it easier to deal with certain things, unlike other games. Speaking of enemies, we'll press left mouse click to attack, as we've already shown by doing the signs. So you'll notice this guy turns red like that, and then you see his claws come out. So that's a good indicator of he's about to attack. So I can see bounce over him, or I can just straight up attack him. You can also throw, and the throwing damage is kind of nice because if you throw, you don't have to stand so close to the enemy, right? Press R to drop a bomb. So we've got our first bomb here. We're gonna take this bomb and we're gonna go boop right here. And now look at that, we've got ourselves a key. And then another bomb. So I'm gonna show you what's special about this little dude down here. So this skeleton, you can walk up to skeletons and they'll be like along the walls or sitting down in areas like this. You can actually go up and interact with him, and look at that. He just dropped a key for me. Oh, look at that. And another bomb fell from the sky. And then I can just break him afterwards. Sometimes the skeleton's heads will drop gold, so it's very beneficial to go look at them and then break them. All right, we got another bomb. And I know there's a secret room somewhere in here in the tutorial that gives you a secret achievement. I'm not gonna waste my bombs. I'd rather have my bombs later on down the game. So we use our key with E to interact with the door. Doors, I don't know if you noticed, doors are gonna have, it looks like a glass circle where a door would be that needs a key. All right, press right mouse to throw a weapon. So this guy, I can't walk over here. As we saw earlier, I fell into the void, so we don't wanna do that. But as you notice, until I killed that enemy, the doors didn't open. And I should explain that in the mouse room, but I didn't. But until that guy was dead, the doors didn't open. I couldn't have escaped this room. So you have to kill all enemies in a room. All right, now we've got beware of pilfers. They are thieves. Look at this. These little dudes just stole my gold. And you can hit them and they bounce away, and so you can get your gold back. So those guys don't hurt you. And if we go to our bestiary, we can see we've got a pilfer. I've killed them twice. They only have 1 health, so it doesn't matter what you hit them with. They will basically die, and by dying, they just bounce out of the room. They're strong against nothing, so anything, like I said, you attack them with is going to kill them, but they're weak against gold. A slime with a weak spot for gold. So this guy is always going to come into the room whenever there's gold on the ground, and then he's going to try and steal your gold from you. So you want to go and smack him away until your familiar gets up to a higher level. Like right now, we notice he's at 4 XP because we found 4 pieces of gold, and that's how he levels up. He levels up by getting the gold. It's whatever they're doing for you. Like if it's shoot fireballs, I believe when they kill an enemy with a fireball, that particular familiar is going to raise its level. I haven't really used the other familiars yet. I found no point to. But so in this case, gold increases the canary's level. So the more gold we find, the faster he's going to level up. But he is really slow if you didn't notice. So I want to make sure that I run around and grab this gold as quick as possible. Like, see how slow he's going to get that gold? So at this point, I still need to run around and get the gold. But there we go. So now we've got a little bit of gold, and we're going to come up into this room. Okay, so now C opens and closes your map, basically just makes it bigger or smaller. And you'll notice there's these icons. So this first icon was the room that we came into, we dropped into, and it's just basically a little like purple cross. This blue icon is always going to be a relic room, and that's what this is, sitting in the middle of the room here. Anytime you come into this room, there's going to be something on this altar once per level. Obviously, once you pick it up, it's not going to be there anymore. And then this green down arrow is going down to the next level. So, all right, here's our first relic, floating skull, a shield that blocks projectiles most of the time. So we'll get it. And then what you'll notice is down here in the left, it's showing up in the left to show us that we have a relic. So now every relic is going to do something different for us. So if we scroll down here until we see this relic, we can see how much it would cost if I was to buy it at a shop. This isn't sell. You can't sell stuff at shops except for one NPC that buys relics from you. Which, okay, so in this case, she'd buy this from me for probably more than 400, but this would be 400 if I was to buy it at a shop. And then it just tells you a little bit about it. So as we find relics, the chance to find that relic again somewhere else in the dungeon is going to, increase every run. If we find schematics to build relics at the blacksmith, then we're going to have a chance to find that relic more often on a run as well. So it's beneficial to find as many relics as possible and pick them up, and then, if you don't want to use it, drop it again, kind of deal. But these always are going to do something good for us all the time. So like right now, we got these little floating skulls, and they may smack people for us. All right, good luck, peasant. We are heading down to our first actual legitimate level. And like I said, there's going to be more icons and more things we're going to find, and we'll explain them as we find them. We're probably not going to see everything that we want to talk about in this first video, but we're going to have quite a few videos. What? You know how I said you need to peep the skeletons and take a look at them to see if they drop things for you? And what did I do? I just walk right up to them and smash them. I'm a doof. Oh, actually, those aren't skeletons. Those are barrels. The skeletons floating around my head made me think that there was a skeleton there. I'm an idiot. All right, okay, so looking at our map again, see this rectangle here that looks like rock? So that's basically rocks that are blocking a door, and you have to use a bomb to blow them up. Well, we're going to go ahead and come on up here, fight some of these little enemies. So these slimes right here come in a few varieties. This one is a water slime or just a basic slime. As they jump, you'll notice I can't hit them with my thrown pickaxe as they jump. Ooh, but if you hit them and you get close, they get big. There's some black ones that cause oil spots on the ground. Oil spots are going to make you go very slow. So you want to be careful to, because you can't jump on oil spots as well. There's some red slimes that will cause fire whenever they jump the ground. And if you noticed here, when that little enemy blew up the barrel here, it caused fire to go everywhere. And then you can see these spots where the fire has set on. That will catch me on fire, but it will also cause enemies to catch on fire, which is pretty amazing. So the environment and the enemies will hurt each other if you can cause them to do so. But of course, they also will hurt you. So we're going to go behind this first key door here to our first shop. Just like in Zelda, all the stuff is breakable. So I always break all the pots, because sometimes I haven't found any items yet inside the pots in the shop, but sometimes you find gold, which is nice. So if I come up to this lady or guy, I don't know what it is, it's a slime, it looks like a lady to me. Hello, would you like to join our loyalty program for 1,200 gold? I don't have that much. I'm poor, lady. I am poor. So obviously I'm going to hit no. But what's going to happen? That is too bad. Please let me know if you ever change your mind. I will. So this shop is always going to show up on every level. So you're always going to have an altar, a relic room, a way down, and then a shop on every single level. So obviously once I get $1,200, I can come back and talk to her and say yes. What's going to happen is she'll put an NPC up in the main hub, and that NPC is going to sell us upgrades for the shops that we find in the dungeon. So right now you can see I have one basic item, one potion, and one piece of food. So I can buy upgrades that will give me more food, more basic items, and more potions, and sometimes relics sitting here at the shop. So it's going to be greatly beneficial to me to buy those upgrades at some point. But right now, we only have 120 bucks. And we're gonna go ahead and buy the bomb. And I'm not at full health, but I'm not gonna waste 50 bucks on food. I might find food laying around later on. And this right here is a great potion. I really wish I had the money for it. This potion would let me remove a curse if I get one. And we'll talk about a curse when we find it later on, which we probably won't in this video, but if we find one, we'll talk about it later. If I had the money, this is, oh, you want this so bad, so that way you can just drop the potion and remove a curse off of you. All right, let's go ahead and go up and just keep on exploring. So you'll notice here, that little spirally thing, notice it's hurting the enemies for me. So I can actually use the environment to my advantage to take on enemies if I want to. And look at that, it killed it for me. You don't gain any XP or anything in this game. So there's no, like, you don't have to go and like kill all the enemies yourself. Like, you know, like in a lot of games, if something else kills an enemy, you don't get the XP for it. Like, there's no XP in this, so there's no point in me killing the enemies if I can use the environment to kill an enemy. So, okay, so gold is going to come under different forms. You've seen me break the rocks to get gold. Well, sometimes gold is in the walls as well, so obviously be on the lookout for it. Ooh, look at this, our first different slime. So that slime right there, oh my goodness, that helped us out. So that was a blue slime. He will also attack gold. If we come to the bestiary, you can see right here. He's got 1 health, so just like with the first slime, all we got to do is bat him away and he goes away. But what he does is he drops a bomb that if it was to hit me, it would cause 20 hit points of damage on me. But because he drops a bomb, well, look at that. We've got sparklies on the wall here, like I was talking about earlier. So there's also a secret room on this side, but we got lucky and we used the bomb guy to blow up the wall, so I didn't have to waste a bomb. So we'll come on in here and, oh, look at this. Advantageous. We are actually going to talk about our first curse. So there's purple chests and purple flame things like this in a couple different forms, purple lanterns in a couple different forms. If I come up here and I blow this up, you'll notice it drops some goodies for me. So this is going to give me lots of bombs. Bam, we're at 8 bombs now. But we've got a curse. So I'm going to stand in water here so I don't get hurt. So we got our first curse. Curses are always terrible. Look at this, torches and lanterns fire fireballs. So you're gonna notice this thing, if I'm in a room every once in a while, it hurts us. Ooh, okay, we're getting out of there. Okay, this is no good. So I'm gonna break that so that way there's no fireballs firing at me. So once we get up to 375 bucks, we are gonna go remove this curse. And if we come over here to our items tab and click on curses, you can see right here, torches and lanterns fire fireballs. And this is just gonna keep expanding. So now, every single time I run in a room with a lantern in it or something, it's gonna fire a fireball at me. That's freaking terrible. Don't like it, no bueno. Like I said, there's always 2 secret rooms every time you go into a area. This is gonna make the game dark, I'm sorry, but I don't wanna get hit. Oh, ow, look at that, it's damage over time too, ouch. So this is a secret room, like I said. Every secret room is going to kind of be a little bit different until you've, you know, explored every single secret room possible. But sometimes they'll have these little like kind of puzzly things, right? So there's a key and a place to put a key. Now, I am not going to use this because I have horrible luck. But if I was to use my key here, this is pillar's going to go into the ground and there's a chance it's going to spawn like a chest or some sort of item for me. I only have 1 key, don't want to waste it, so I'm not even going to bother doing it. Now you notice in this other room that there was sparklies on the wall up here. I don't want to waste my bomb on it because if you notice on our map here, there's a doorway that leads right into this room. So why waste a bomb to blast into a room if I can just walk right into the room? No point. Now, however, if you see, like, if I didn't have any keys and I couldn't use a key to go into this room, then I could use my bomb to get into that room. So that would be, you know, beneficial for me. But I don't have, I have 1 key. I'm going to use it on this door up here. Now, I try not to, in the early levels, not to waste, like, get the gold before all the enemies are dead. Because if I'm too busy trying to fight enemies and I don't have my canary leveled up, I'm gonna have a miserable time collecting my gold, and obviously gold is seriously important. So I want to gather as much gold as I can, and I'd rather not have to deal with enemies and trying to fight the gold. All right, let's use our 1 and only key. Come in here to the relic room, and we get our second relic. Discover a bomb in every chest. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. So anytime I find a chest, there's gonna be a bomb in there for me. So we'll increase our bomb count. So we still don't have enough money to go purchase the remove curse potion. Ooh. All right, so here's another environmental thing. So if I was to come in here and basically throw my pickaxe at that, you notice the crystal went away. And let's go ahead and deal with all these enemies and break these lanterns so we don't die. So so you can see down here now I have imbue your weapon with poison. So because I broke this little crystal, now when I hurt an enemy, I have a chance to put that enemy on poison damage, so he's going to, you know, die a little bit faster than me having to swing my pickaxe at him. There's also an electrical crystal, and there's also a fire crystal. So the fire crystal is pretty cool because then you have a chance to light lanterns that are unlit on fire, and there's some puzzle rooms that if you light all the torches on fire, then it's going to drop a chest for you. So here we go. So this chest right here is different than the other chests we found. It's got all the stones on it. So if I come up with a bomb, kabooey, it's blown up the chest, and now we can go ahead and open the chest and get our free food, free bombs, and free gold. All right, so now let's move on. So we can either come out here to this room and go down, or we can come down to the rooms that we haven't been in yet. And I always recommend when you're starting out and you're just trying to get as much gold as possible, go through every single room you can. Just that way, if there's any cool items or anything good in there, you're going to be able to get them. And of course, lanterns and torches are still going to light us on fire. So I'm sorry this is a little bit dark on the screen because of having to do that, but I don't want to die. All right, so like I was saying before, right here, this stone is going to require us to use a bomb to be able to get into the room. And definitely make sure you get out of the way of your bombs. Oh, hey, look, it's Wayland the Blacksmith. Let's go talk to him. Oh, hey there, friend. Name is Wayland, and I'm the blacksmith. Was just down here picking some mushrooms when one of those quakes caused the entrance, caved the entrance in. He's a blacksmith. He makes tools. Could he have just dug himself out? Good grief. And he's down here getting mushrooms, getting a little high, huh? ... It's cool. I got a prescription from the apothecary for these. Oh, he is doing drugs. Really appreciate you blasting me out of here. Drop by my forge if you find yourself up top. Hinting that I'm gonna die and I'll be at top quite often. I'll kit you out in all the best gear. I can also craft any blueprints you find laying around. You may even find one in that chest over there, free of charge. Oh, that's very nice of him. All right, see you soon, pal. I'm not your pal, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. By the way, if you can afford it, I suggest buying that pickaxe on the rack over there. You mean the one that you could have used to have dug yourself out? Did a fine job on that one. Okay, see you again soon. Cool. All right, so this is we've now rescued the blacksmith, which means when we go back to the main hub, he'll be in the room and we'll be able to start getting upgrades to get ourselves better in the game. All right, so environmental things like I was talking about. We saw that poison thing earlier where I broke the crystal, and now I had for a little while, I had the ability to poison enemies. These barrels right here with a little oil drop on it, if I break it, you see it puts an oil puddle. You can light oil puddles on fire, but also, as you notice, I'm moving around at an okay speed. If I come into the oil, I can't jump, and it makes me move really slow. You'll eventually be able to find boots that'll let you walk on oil and walk on poison, which then you'll be able to jump and stuff like that and not get hurt by it. But it makes you move really slow. So if this was to catch on fire and I was in it, it's going to take me a little bit to get out of it, and I'm going to catch myself on fire. So be very careful. Here's our first upgrade, sturdy pickaxe, weapon upgrade, increased swing damage. So we're going to use 75 bucks, which, okay, we need to buy this. Cool, first upgrade. So if we come down here, now you see we got a number 1 on our pickaxe, and our swing damage has actually gone from 14 to 18, and now we have cleave of 2.2. So we're going to do, and our crit, I think our crit went up a little bit, so we're going to be able to do more damage now, which is awesome. And there's 15 of those upgrades, I believe. All right, we open this up. Hey, look at that. We got a free bomb because we've got our bomb in every single chest, and our first schematic. Blueprint discovered. Wayland's boots crafted at the blacksmith. So when we go back up top, if we have any of this thorium here, we can go to Wayland and craft this schematic. And what it's going to do for us is it's going to give us a relic that we'll be able to use on that next run. and we'll have a chance on any other successive run after that. It'll update our items list here, and the exclamation point will go away, and then it'll just be like this relic down here, where now we can just find it whenever we are in a dungeon. We have a chance of finding it, but until I craft it, I'm not gonna find it. So I'm gonna want to craft this at some point, but unfortunately I don't have anything to craft it with anyway. All right, so we are actually at a good point. So we're gonna come up here to the exit, so we can show you what well, you've already seen an exit actually, but we're just going to come up here anyway, and this is going to be a good stopping point for us. So all right, here we go. We are at the exit to be able to go down into Gold Mine 3, and oh, let's get rid of these before I die while I'm talking on my goodbye. Grab this last little bit of gold. All right, so we got through 2 levels. So now if I exit out of the game, it will save you wherever you were at, fortunately, so that way you don't have to worry about, like, if you got to go do something or whatnot, you don't have to worry about dying and being back at the main hub. You can just exit out from here and it will save you at your current location, which is very nice. So we are going to actually call this a video at this point. Next video, we will continue going down until we die for the first time, and then when we get back to the main hub, we'll be able to show you the new things going on at the main hub. But after this point, we'll be talking tutorial stuff as we encounter things throughout the dungeons. But for the most part, we're just going to start having some fun and get excited and take on all these dungeons and bosses and upgrades, and oh, I love this game. So if you like this video, definitely help me out with a like and a subscribe. I plan on playing this, Minecraft, and a whole bunch of other games, but we're probably going to focus on this series for quite a while. I am probably going to do Saturdays and Sundays for the most part. Will be when my videos will come out, and there's going to be 2 videos, roughly 30 minutes of video every single Saturday and Sunday, as I work during the work week. So putting videos out on the work week, if I happen to have some time and feeling spunky, I'll put a video out during the work week, but let's just count on Saturday, Sundays, 2 videos, 2 30-minute videos during those weekends. But hey, I'm glad to have you along for the ride. Leave any comments down below, especially of what kind of games do you want to see me play, tips and tricks that I'm missing out on discussing. Definitely put those down in the comments. Try not to give away spoilers, as we'll find spoilers together as we go through the game. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great, wonderful day, and Zombo Skater signing out. Ta-ta for now.